Good afternoon, students. Today we're going to start a new set, and it is about the 17th and 18th century. I prepared a presentation for you to use as a guide, as you usually do. Okay? Okay. Let's start by setting the scene. After many years of difficult relations between the king and the parliament, in the 1640s, the Puritans or Roundheads and the king's followers, the Cavaliers, went to a war against each other. The victory of the Roundheads led to the execution of King Charles I in 1649. After this, Oliver Cromwell became the leader of the Commonwealth, the Lord Protector. When he died in 1658, his son was named Lord Protector, but he was less successful than his father. And in 1660, Parliament invited Charles I's son to return from France, so he was made King Charles II. Although the monarchy was restored, most of the power was held by the parliament in two parties, the Whigs and the Tories. And the prime minister governed the country. On the death of Charles II in 1685, his brother King James II became king. But after he became a Catholic, his reign ended with the glorious of bloodless revolution in 1688, and no Catholic monarch has reigned since then. Then the new king and queen were Mary, the sister of Charles and James, and her husband William of Orange from Holland. The main concern of the time was to avoid another revolution. The spirit of the Restoration was one of reason. Society did not want to see again the kind of problems of the first half of the century. The new middle classes had more and more influence as their wealth grew, and they wanted stability above all. This was also a time of great commercial growth and of scientific advance, as you will see in the slides. The Royal Society was begun in 1662 to 1663 for the improvement of natural knowledge. In 1694, another important institution, the Bank of England, was begun. The main philosophical text behind the thinking of the second half of the century was Leviathan by Thomas Hobbes, written in exile in France in 1651. Hobbes' theory of society is presented in the medieval form of an allegory. The Leviathan, a huge animal, is the Commonwealth, and the individual man is totally controlled by the state. Self-interest is what mainly drives human beings, so a strong state is necessary to keep the articles of peace and to control the people of the nation. This very much reflects the society of Britain after the Restoration. a strong government to prevent the risk of another revolution, and self-interest as the driving force behind the individual and the new middle classes. It was also a time of war in Europe, the War of the Spanish Succession lasting from 1701 until the Treaty of Utrecht in 1713. The United Kingdom was finally united when the union of the Parliament of England and Scotland took place in 1707. But Ireland was still a problem. The Battle of the Boyne in 1690 gave the Protestants victory, although the majority of the population was still Catholic. Okay. Okay, the period between the execution of King Charles I and the restoration of the monarchy is called Commonwealth. But what does it mean? A Commonwealth is a political structure during the period from 1649 to 1660s when England and Wales, later along with Ireland and Scotland, were governed as a republic after the end of the Second English Civil War and the trial and execution of Charles I.